Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here with us tonight. My name is Patty Whiteeye, and I'm here with Erin Henley, and we are doing our Building Beautiful Lives opportunity call or Zoom call, and it's what we do every Tuesday night. We absolutely love doing this. We've been doing this for 2 years, you guys, like honestly, probably more than that. And every Tuesday night, we bring somebody on as a guest speaker to tell their story. And we've got a really special guest for you guys tonight. But before I introduce her, I'm just going to ask you, if you are a guest of a market partner, if you could put your name in the comments, because we are going to do a draw for a blowout cream tonight. And just so you know, it's one of my absolute favorite products. I've loved it since I started. And if you've never tried it, you're going to love it as much as we all do, because it's hands down one of the best styling products we have. So, okay, so tonight we are going to hear from Laura Carrelas, and Laura is somebody who I actually just met, and we live an hour away from each other. And we were talking about how crazy it is. We've been to the same events, and we just have never bumped into each other. And we're both teachers. So she's an art teacher. I'm retired, but she's an art teacher, and she's got a beautiful family. She's been in the business for about the same time as me, 4 years. She's an absolute rock star at this business. She's, well, I'll tell you her rank for the people who know. She's market mentor, which is the Cadillac rank in our company, which is really cool. And she's going to share her, yeah, I know, so cool. She's going to share her story, but I want you to know something about her before we start. And that is, I say this about a lot of people in this business, and I think it's unusual in the world. I think it's really common with us. You're going to feel like you've known her forever, because that's how I felt. I just feel like, oh my gosh, she's so down to earth. She's so easygoing, and she has a ton of knowledge. So I'm going to let you take it away, Laura.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that sweet introduction. And yes, it is so crazy that we haven't actually met in real life. Although now, like you said, our coffee date earlier this week, I can't wait to see you. We'll have to make plans. So thank you. Thank you. As Patty has said, I am a teacher. I teach high school art, and I've done that for 17 years, which I don't know how that math adds up, because I swear I, graduated not too long ago, but there you have it. So I've been teaching for 17 years. I've got 3 kids of my own. They're 10, 8, and 5 currently. And I'm also a photographer. So when I started teaching, my husband and I started shooting weddings as well, photographing weddings. And so I've always kind of had my foot in the entrepreneurial world. And as life got very busy with children, my life needed to change a bit. And so I kind of took a sidestep from photography, although I do still do it, but not to the degree that I was doing at the time, and really focusing on my family, because obviously that's what was needed. And having 3 kids in 5 years does lots to you. One of the things that it did for me was that my hair was atrocious. I literally was shedding like mad. And every time I saw my mom, her and I would chit chat and say, oh my goodness, the next time I see you, I'm going to be bald. And she was experiencing hair loss for other reasons, some hormonal issues that her doctor's like, I don't know what to tell you. You're getting old. And so I saw a friend of mine in the photography world, who is my upline now. And I reached out to her and I said, okay, you've been chatting a bit about these products. I'm curious. And so I actually started using the products as what we call a VIP, just as a customer. And honestly, from the first couple of washes, I was like, this is impossible. Like, there's no way. And we all know that feeling where you go to the salon and you're like, you leave and you're like, okay, how do I make this last forever? And so I remember feeling that. I'm like, I can't believe this. And I was telling Patty earlier this week too, when I was sharing, that I remember seeing my mom, and her and I are very down to earth, and I remember seeing her and I said, you got a blowout? Like, I was just kind of like, that's awesome. That's really cool. And she's like, no, I actually did this myself. And so the wheels started turning, and I'm like, I'm obsessed. My dearest, the person I care about most is also obsessed. And I was heading back into work after my last mat leave. And my colleagues started asking me about my hair. Oh my goodness, what time are you getting up in the morning? Like, your hair is always styled. Like, you left and, you had 2 kids and it was, we loved you, but, wet, messy bun. And now you're here every single day. I don't understand. And so people were asking, and I was like, okay, I am obsessed. And if I'm honest, I haven't stopped talking about these products because that's what we do, right? I don't know if you're like me, you have found, you taste something amazing at a restaurant. You're like, oh my gosh, you have to go to this restaurant. It's so awesome. Or you buy something that you just absolutely love. And so I found that I was doing all of those things without even realizing that that is as simple as this business is. And so the wheels were turning and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like me, I'm a busy mom who, I'm a teacher. I'm all these things. Like, I know I've seen tons of people have so much success in this industry, but I couldn't do something like that. And so the reasons that ultimately had me think about money differently, I knew I loved the products, was a few things that I was going to share. So what made me join was that I was already using these products. And I love them. And so I knew that with becoming a market partner, I was going to get a bigger discount. So I was going to get anywhere from 30% for sure to up to 55%. And so I was like, okay, that's amazing. I mean, who doesn't want to save more money? However, for me, I really did join wanting more. I was like, I just felt like I lost a little bit of the zest. Maybe it was just the busyness of life, but I am someone who likes a challenge. And I had seen other people have so much success. And in the back of my mind, there was a little voice that said, if they can do it, why can't I? And so I was just kind of like, well, I don't know. I don't know, because I've done nothing like this before. I'm an art teacher. So I remember tossing and turning and kind of just, it kept like, there was just something in me that was like, you got to do this. You got to do this. And so one night I turned to my husband in bed and I'm like, P.S. I'm selling the shampoo. Because at the time that all we had was hair care. So as Patty said, I've been only doing this for 4 years. But money sold was anti-aging hair care. And since then, we have also moved into the skincare and the wellness. But that wasn't where we were at. It was just hair care. And I was loving it. And I was sharing it and, telling people about it. So I jumped in. And the reason why, because I was already actually building this business by telling people about it, because that's how easy it was. Another piece that really made this stand out from anything else I have seen direct sales wise in that industry was that it was a consumable product. So just like I was buying products previously at Shoppers or at a salon, because naturally based products was the reason why I even was willing to try Monat. I had done a total detox of our house after having kids, minimizing our toxic load, and hair care, wellness products was kind of the last thing, like personal care products. And so that's ultimately why I decided to try Monat, because I'm like, I've tried a whole bunch of naturally based products. How good can it be? Like, how much different can it actually be? And again, I was wowed, totally wowed. Same with my mom. We're both still totally obsessed, which is awesome. And because it's consumable, it made good business sense, right? I've been using the products for 4 years. I'm as, passionate about them as I was as a customer. And for business, that means a whole bunch of things. I started digging a bit into the company, and Monat has literally started and knocked the socks off in this industry. So in their first year, so Monat is also only 7 years old in Canada, 8 in the US. I'm in Canada. And so in their first year of business, they were hoping their business plan was to sell $1 million. And they ended up selling 24 million. The following year, there was, I believe, if I don't have the number incorrect, a 217% increase in growth. Like, it literally was nonstop. And this was just with hair care. So that was another piece. I could see that this company was different. They were doing direct sales in a very different way. And so I jumped in. And I told myself I was going to do it for at least a year. I'm like, I have no experience, but I'm willing to give it a fair go because I knew that I wanted to actually see, with zero experience in direct sales, is this even possible? Like, come on, it can't be that good. And so I said, I'll do it for a year. And so that's sort of how I started, with a very low startup kind of upfront, fee, or like, how do you start a business? My comparison was photography. And I have thousands and thousands of dollars, like I'm in my office right now, sitting in camera gear, in tech, in computer programs, without making a dime. Like I had to have that stuff in order to do the job. Same with teaching, right? I've got thousands of dollars of education under my belt in order to actually do my job. And with this, it's a $249 product pack. In Canada, in the States, I believe it's $199. And you have everything you need to start your business. And for us, you're using those products. There's samples. So it was the rate of return. I was like, this is a no-brainer. I have to give it a shot. And there was one other thing I wanted to say. I took some notes. But the other thing that business-wise was that no new habits had to be created. So I wasn't trying to get people started on something that had them, no, you're going to start a workout plan, or you're going to start taking something that you aren't normally taking, or doing something that you don't normally do. It literally was a business that was based on taking out the shampoo bottle that you have in your shower and replacing it with one that's non-toxic, anti-aging, chemical-free, all the ingredients I was avoiding already, and didn't love any of those products in this new product that I was wowed about. So truly, like when I turned to my husband in bed, I probably made the decision a couple of weeks ago, like previous. And so I hit the ground running. I was so excited. And instead of now telling people to go chat with my friend Isabel, I was helping them get sorted themselves with their own, very similar to like an Amazon Prime account or a Costco account that they don't need to constantly pay for. You literally create an account and there it is. And I get to help people talk about things that, I mean, as women, we talk about a lot of those things already. You know what I mean? Like we make comments about each other's hair, like, oh my gosh, I love that color on you. And so it was conversations that were already so natural. People knew that I love a low toxic, clean living. And so they had already been like, hey, what do you use for your laundry detergent? And now it's something else that I get to share and help people with that as well. So another question that Patty had, asked me to kind of answer was, how has Mon8 impacted my life? So yeah, let me just think about how I'm going to answer that. So, I mean, after jumping in, it changed my hair. And in doing so, it literally improved my confidence in myself, my self-esteem. I am a teacher, but I'm not used to talking to adults. So the fact even that I'm here feeling like myself, like I know I've been doing this for some time now, but it is totally different talking to a room of kids and talking to a room of adults. And I'm actually an introvert. However, it has taken me out of my shell. So I've always had kind of dreams for myself that even as a photographer, I've held myself back from. And so when this opportunity kind of fell in my lap, I was like, Laura, I'm tired of playing small. I'm tired of saying, not for me, but oh my gosh, you would be amazing at this. And I actually gave myself permission to just try. Just try. What's the worst thing that could happen? And literally from taking the pressure off, and that was a good part for my husband too. He's just like, Laura, go for it. He goes, what's the worst thing can happen? You already love the products. That's wicked. So the worst thing could happen that you love the products more, and what? Like, cool. There is no monthly purchase requirement. There is no quotas whatsoever. You literally take this business as you wish, as seriously or, as low key as you want. For me, as I said, I was very curious to see how this business worked. So I ran And in 6 months, 6.5, 7 months, I hit the middle of the pay grid while working full-time as a teacher, with 3 small kids, juggling all the things. And so many people will be like, how the heck did you do it? I just started prioritizing my time differently, you know, instead of watching Netflix, which I have never really been a big TV person, but I like movies and, the odd TV show. I kind of reused that time elsewhere. And it turned into something that has brought the most amazing friends into my life, a circle of positive, encouraging, like, women and men who otherwise may have taken years to find. And it's almost like we've just gravitated to find each other, which is so awesome. And, and it's like we have similarities that are go beyond just money, right? Which is so really cool. And a big thing also that it has impacted my life is that it's given us the freedom to actually choose the life that we want. I have been able to take a leave of absence, and funny enough or not, it happened to be that semester where COVID hit. And so I took an unpaid leave of absence, which I would never have been able to do had it not been for money. Our kids were still in competitive gymnastics and all of those things, which is why I started. I'm like, you know what, if money could just pay for the kids' gymnastics, that would be amazing. And after 6 or 7 weeks, I'm like, okay, I need to readjust that plan. Need to dream bigger. And so there we were. And, I earned a Cadillac. I'm like, okay, I need to dream a bit bigger. And then I'm like, I'm going to take some time off from teaching and see what happens. And well, COVID happened, and it was actually a blessing in disguise. I was able to focus my attention where my attention needed to be, which was within the walls of my home. And as a mom, it's actually going to make me emotional. That has been my number one goal. And so I never started this thinking that that is what it was going to bring, but it has. And so even my husband's just like, Laura, you have transformed. Like, you were always so happy, especially with photography and teaching, but this has done something different. Like, it has just kind of allowed you to just, grow into yourself almost. It was like, for so long, I was like, but I'm a teacher, I have to do this. And now I've realized I'm a teacher. Yes. I'm also a mom, and I can be anything. It's like, I'm this and that, and that, and that too. And that's what I'm most excited about. I love helping. So where do I see myself going from here? I love helping other women and men, empowering them to see that, that life that you dreamed about. Maybe the advice that I often tell my kids, like, honestly, you could do whatever you want to do. Why do we stop and not apply that to ourselves? And that was a big, massive aha for me. And it was just like, I'm going to start taking my own advice and allow myself to try something. And, if I fail, that's fine. It actually could be an amazing lesson that redirects my life to where I'm supposed to be. And so that's sort of where I'm at now. I feel so blessed and so grateful that my eyes have been opened to this opportunity, that it has allowed me to financially support my family, and allow us to make decisions that serve us. And I'm excited to continue to help the people on my team to do the same, right? And I mean, you can do this part-time, you can do it full-time, you can do it in the pockets of your day. And I am a full-time teacher still. We will see where that goes. We will see where that goes. I'm very excited because I truly do see, there's people on my team who have left their careers and are doing that, not because they have to, but because that's what fills their cup up. And I think that's what this life is about, right? Not living based on the labels that we put on ourselves, but actually being like, no, what is it right now? And, we change. Where is it that I want to go? And what's best for myself and my family. And so I'm so excited to be in the position that I can help women and men achieve those things, help them achieve their goals. And I'm so excited for, what is to come.
That is so wonderful. Oh my gosh. I am so fired up, and I'm so excited about, first, I'm so excited that, you know, it allowed you to, you know, see what else you might be able to put into your life and whether or not that might take you on a different path. And I really relate to that like a lot. So anyway, I'm going to let Aaron talk if he can talk right now. I don't know if he wants to, but oh yeah, one more thing. If you are a guest and you haven't put your name in the chat yet, can you please do that? Because I got my wheel ready for our draw. So Aaron, can you?
Yeah. So thank you. Oh my God. I just loved your story to death. And you really covered so much of why Monate really impacts our lives the way it does. You know, it changes you as a person from the inside out. I'm literally pulling into my driveway right now because my life has taken a lot of ups and downs, and I am currently in a pretty good space right now where I'm in a position where I can basically work from anywhere I choose. And I've been choosing to spend time outside the country. And I just got back from a 30-day trip to Thailand where I wake up in the morning, I do my Monate business, I do my Monate business before I go to bed. And during the day, I try to connect with people who are more in that time zone because we opened up in Australia. So it's possible to just work from wherever you are. And it gives you an opportunity of freedom that you had no idea that you could have. The other thing is you had no idea what you needed in your life. You know what I mean? Think about when they do a call like this is I like them to take a look at Laura's story or their own life and ask themselves that question. What is it you want to see in your life? Where do you want to take your life today, tomorrow, 5 years from now? Your kids grow up way too fast. That husband of yours and you get busy lives. And it's like, if there's some kind of dream that you've got, I want you to go after it. I want you to find a path. If it's Monate, that's great. We can help you. There's a lot of people who help each other. And that's one of the things that we spend our days doing is helping people be successful in this company. And if it's not Monate, make a choice and a decision, come up with a plan and change your life and do something amazing. And that's what I show up for. That's what I love to see people succeed at. Patty?
That's awesome. Okay, you guys. I'm just gonna spin the wheel because I think I have everybody's name on the wheel and we're gonna do a draw, but I just got hold on one second. I'm gonna change my view here. Okay, Aaron, I think your mic is still on.
Yeah, it was, and I'm all sore getting out of the car.
Okay, so I think we have everyone. Let me check the chat one more time just to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, I got Shannon. I think we got them all. Okay, so I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's going to win. And in the meantime, you guys, I just want to let you know that if you do sign up as a market partner right now, you're going to get 5 free products worth over $300 Canadian, almost $280 US, 270 something, I think US. Okay, here we go. The winner is Haley, Laura's guest. That's awesome. Congratulations. So Laura, if you just want to get me her info, then I can make sure that we get that out to her. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story. If you guys have people that you know would love to hear Laura's story, we will have a recording. So let us know. We can get the recording to you. All of our recordings from all of our Tuesday night are on a channel on YouTube. So you can always have access to that. I want to say thank you to Aaron for always showing up for us on Tuesday to do this. Thank you to all the guests for being here, all the market partners who show up. And Laura, thank you so much. And I can't wait for us to get together. I'm so excited.
Yes, likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, bye everybody.
Take care.